Hello everyone, welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name is James and today we're doing another beginner tutorial. This time I'll be showing you how to clean and also maintain your track. What better, and also it's a very good reason to bring out the tutorial board so we can have a look at that again. Yeah, there's a few ways to clean your track. Some of them have caused a few, I want to say a bit controversial, but everyone has differing opinions on what's the best way and all that lot. But here's 3 methods which I'll be using, which I personally use, and to be honest, I have not had really any problems with. But I will also mention some of the other cleaning solutions and things like that, which I have heard people use, and some which I have had experience in. But like I said, I've not had any issues, but some people do have issues, and I'll try to mention them as well. But yeah, the 3 which I've got here is, first of all, I've got the track rubber, which I'll talk about in a moment. I've got the track cleaner, which also, this is the from the Woodland Scenics Tidy Track kit thing, whatever it is. It has got some accessories and that lot, which does make it all that much helpful. And also I've got isopropyl alcohol, which is basically IPA, which I'll be calling IPA because it's a lot more easier to say than isopropyl alcohol. But yes, some of the other things which I've heard people use is I've heard people using contact cleaner, which I've not used myself, but I not actually think that's going to be anything bad, because first of all, it's meant to be cleaning contacts for electrical devices, and technically this is an electrical device because it's just a moving electrical circuit, because part of it will be moving, so it makes sense, and I don't think it leaves any residue, so I think that's a safe bet to use. Another one I've heard people use is, I think, window cleaner. I don't know about window cleaner. Some reason I've heard something about that, but I'm not sure if it's just cleaning in general, but I've not used it myself, and I wouldn't want to use it anywhere on my layout. So yeah, also if you want to test out some of these things, get out basically some track, stick it to a bit of wood like the test board which I've got here, and just test them out. Away from your layout, so build something like this really. Another thing that I have heard, which is definitely a very controversial one, is WD-40, because WD-40 would clean pretty much anything. It will remove greases and stuff like that and stains. However, I do know that it will damage your models, because it does react badly with things like plastic and that lot, from what I've been told anyway. But I have used that one before, but specifically only for cleaning track. I made sure to keep it well away from models and wait for it all to dry and clean it up afterwards. So can use WD-40, just make sure to give it a quick wipe down afterwards, so that none of it gets onto your precious and expensive models. And yeah, that's pretty much it really. Yeah, the 3 which I'll be using today. This is a Pico track rubber, and as it looks like, as you can tell, it's a very grey rubber, and it's the way it cleans things is basically as a rubber would do, which is basically use abrasive force, and it will scrape, basically grind things away off the track, and it's basically use it like that. Maybe not too forceful, just so that you're not knocking anything out of the way. Do be a bit more careful on things like points. And that's pretty much it really. It will wear down the rubber, but that's just to say that it does work. A few things just to mention about it is that it will grind away at the rails, so in time it may actually adversely affect the rails, but as far as I've been using it, I just mainly use it for awkward spots, these where something's really not coming off, so just quickly grab this, scrape it off, then make sure that it's looking all that working fine afterwards. Another thing to mention is that by its function is that it will leave particles of track rubber on the layout, because that's how it works. It grinds the abrasive on the track, and so the abrasive is ground off the rubber. So you may find little tiny bits on the layout, and it is something which can get caught up in your track, in your locomotives and all the other wheels and things like that. But the solution to that is just basically hoover the layout afterwards. So basically, after using this, if you use it extensively, just give it a quick clean afterwards with a hoover. It doesn't need to be a big hoover. It can even be a powered track cleaner which has a vacuum on it, and it will just suck up all the bits for you, and it should work fine. Anyway, next one I'll show you is this one, because it actually has multiple bits. If you're just using a track cleaner separately on its own, just get something like a spongy thing like this, just pour it on and just carefully rub it all over the layout, which is basically the method which I'll be showing you with this. But specifically with the track tidy system and other systems which may be available, it does come with various tools. So just making sure I get everything done. Basically, it has certain 4 different pads. We have the rescue pads, which are basically like the track rubber, the abrasive pads. So you just stick it. Actually, I'm going to take this handle off because it's got to be a lot easier. So you stick the pads on and just basically use it like the track rubber, really, but it's a bit more formed towards the profile of the track. So you use that first. Then we've got the maintenance pads. I think they're the maintenance pads. Yes, maintenance pads. You only use these if the track is completely rusted over and stuff like that. That's the reason they're called rescue pads, to rescue really worn out track. These will be the more main use pads, which are a bit more softer and not as abrasive, but it will be much more friendlier to your track. And not only, but it's not as an abrasive as these or the track rubber. So it's basically used the same way. Do and do like that, and like I said, it works in the same way, just a less abrasive track rubber, and they're very awkward to take off. Right, the next one is the actual cleaning pads. So these are the dark brown ones of this specific type of cleaning set, and this is the one where we actually put the cleaning fluid on. So just get a little bit of dab here and here. I'm probably using too much, but never mind. Right. I always like to put the cleaning fluid actually where the track would mostly go. So if the track's going to be that way, that's what makes sense. And that's how that works. You will probably need to clean these after a while, after a couple of uses, because it does end up picking up everything. And then we have the finishing pads, which definitely do need to clean. And these are basically just to mop up any residue and also just give it that nice extra little polish. Right, and that's pretty much it, really. Now, if you've got something like bridges or tunnels or anything like that where you can just about reach, well, let's say just about reach anyway, that's pretty much where the handle comes in. So it's basically giving you an extra, I'd say it's probably about a foot. So so an extra foot length of reach, which should do in most cases. And if you need to go around corners, it will follow around corners, well, roughly follow around corners depending on what pad you've got. Have noticed that the softer pads don't quite follow around corners as well. And that's pretty much it for the let's say commercial track cleaner. Well, for this particular brand anyway. And it does leave a very nice finish. It does feel quite smooth, and I would assume that it does work quite well if this point wasn't broken anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much how that works. And the IPA is, as you would expect, it's just an alcohol. How much can I get in here? So pour a very small amount on here. This might turn out badly, but it's basically pretty much like with the track cleaner. It's probably not the best way to do it, but no, probably not the best thing to do. It's basically a very small, I don't want to say rag, but a very small bit of fabric, and just basically wipe down the track and be very careful about it. The other thing which you can also use is this is mainly for, let me just get some. Some cotton wool bugs, and you can probably use these for things like the points which are a bit more fiddly, so you get some of the IPA or track cleaner on the cotton bud and try and make it so that it will fit, and just clean the points of the blade of points and any other very awkward spot. And I say it's not going to pick up much because I've just cleaned it with half a dozen things. But obviously you can also get things like Lyco-Hauled track cleaners. Like I said, I have got two. I've got the non-powered one, which is basically like a track rubber being dragged around the layout. So it's something like this underneath the wagon, and it will be dragged around because it's got a little bit of weight on it to pull it around. And you've got the powered track cleaner, which we'll be doing a review of somewhat soon, and that's pretty much the same thing as well. That's got two types of pads, so it's got a wet and a dry pad, and the dry pad is what you'd expect. It's basically a track rubber spinning round. The wet one is probably more like these pads, the cleaning pads of the track tidy thing. So you put a bit of, it's either you put a bit of cleaning fluid on it beforehand, or it has a little reservoir inside it, and that will feed into the wet cleaning pad, and that will basically spin round and also clean the layout as well. And also they do come with an attachment so you can make it a vacuum cleaner as well, and that will pick up any bits which you got left afterwards. However, to get the best results, I would recommend every so often manually cleaning your layout quite thoroughly, because according to the track tidy's suggestions, initial cleaning, just do that every so well, that's basically as soon as you buy the kit. Then there's monthly cleaning, and I just use maintenance pad and dust monkey, which is basically something which just picks up all the dust. Semi-annual cleaning, which is basically just once, actually twice a year. So I use maintenance pad, rescue pad if needed, cleaning pad and finishing pad, and dust monkey. And the neglected layout is basically use absolutely everything until you can get it working again. So Monthly cleaning, just do a quick clean every so often. Probably you can use power, like a hauled stuff to do monthly cleaning. Semi-annual, so twice a year, do it manually and make sure you've cleaned absolutely everything so you can see that it's nice and clean. However, if you've got stuff like weathering on your track itself, try to be a bit careful of your hard work, because you don't really want to do that all over again, do you? So I'd say just make sure just for the main bits where the loco is going to touch down. So let's get the G6 here. It's probably just the top which you need to really worry about. So I'll pop you there. There we go. And yeah, that's pretty much how you look after your layout. Which method is best for you? I'm not entirely sure. You'd have to test it yourself. So get out a test board like this and see what works in your opinion. Personally, I prefer isopropyl alcohol or track cleaner because it's quite cheap and easy to get. But saying that, so is WD-40, but that can, like I said, that can damage your locos, and you don't want to damage your locos. So pop you there. And yeah, it mainly depends on what you feel you're happy with and what you feel does work in your opinion. Got just mess a little bit there. Yeah. But yeah, I know there's a few more videos on this topic already, but well, you can watch them for first things to get other people's opinions. It's always good to get more opinions on the topics. But this is how I clean my track, and I should probably go clean my track now. So yeah, I'm going to end the video now. So yeah, hope everyone has enjoyed this video, and I hope people have found it useful. I know most people probably don't find it all that useful or interesting because they probably already know this, but I do like to make sure that I've got a range of these videos for anybody who's new to the hobby and come across my channel first, and so make sure I've got all these videos there for them. So it's just to make sure that all the information is out there for them and they know what to do, or at least roughly what to do anyway. Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hope to see you again next time. If you didn't like the video, well, hope you enjoyed it anyway. Anyway, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again next time. So take care now. Bye bye.